Hey y'all, today made some more progress on the Humvee, the checklist for the government, and maybe some other projects that weren't even on the list, but why not? My name is Andrew. This is the OK Humvee, or wimpy horn. Hey there, welcome back. It's another beautiful day here in Oklahoma. Perfect weather for working in the garage. If you watched last week's video that I'm currently editing, I do need to apologize because I'm a little embarrassed at how long it took me to put that belt on. And the seat belt. Anything with belts, I guess, is kind of embarrassing for me so far. But that's okay. Got a lot more stuff to do today. If you're like, what is he talking about? Go back and watch the last video. I have 60 days to get this to pass inspection so I can get a title at the DMV, get that notarized, and get on the road. Well, it was 60 days. Now it's 50-ish, 45, 50-ish. Today we're gonna do something. Again, I still have a pile of parts, and whatever I get to, I'll do. It's kind of like, I don't know if you're like this. This morning I went to wash my son's bottles that he needed for school, and when I set them at the sink, I saw some pots and pans that needed to be put up. So I put those up, and then I saw something else that needed to be washed. So I did like 6 other things, and I didn't do the bottles. That's how I feel with this. There's things I need to do, and then there's the things that I actually do, and those are not usually the same things. So I don't know. Thanks for being here. Like and subscribe. Let's get to work. Okay, the first thing I want to do today is reroute my battery cutoff switch so I can mount that passenger seat. So I got to pull this out while I got the doghouse out. Oh. While I have the doghouse out, I'm not committing to look at installing these before I put the doghouse back in. These are the Black Dog Custom panels for the turbo conversion. So if you put a turbo, you have to cut the tub. These rivet into place. So I would like to do that. Not committing to it today. Reroute that. Once that's done, fix my battery mount or thing, make sure I get the seat bolted in, and then I'd like to work on electrical. So I've got my 24 to 12 volt converter, so I can do my switch pod, so I can make sure my clearance lights and all that stuff works, so I can pass inspection. If we get done with that, wheel stud, I really need to clean this out, vacuum it, hose it out, pressure wash it. Exhaust is still not done. That's okay. I'll probably, if I can get the switch pod in, then I'll do the clearance lights. There's no way I get all that done today. And yeah, I need to start doing something to stop stalling. This is me stalling. I store things in here to keep the garage clean, but then the Humvee is not clean. Also, my garage isn't clean either, so I don't know why I'd say that. I did order, if you watched the previous video, can you see me? I did order some seat brackets that might fix this situation. I don't know. We'll have to wait till I get here and find out if that's gonna work or not. So, cross your fingers. Hopefully it does work. So I don't think, even though this is the longer kit, I don't think this is gonna reach all the way over here where I want it to reach. So, I don't know where to put it, but I don't really want it all the way over there. It is amazing how much optimism I have at the beginning of the morning when we first starting off, and then mid-afternoon. It's just like, let's just push this off a cliff. Okay, I'm gonna order new clips because that is quite frustrating. Also, there's a 95% chance that I'll lose these things. Oh, we stuck on, okay. I need to start by just disconnecting this. Okay, y'all remember this one goes on this one. Got it? Cool. So there is a hole here through the through the tub. I think both of these. Oh, there's a grommet right there too. That's interesting. Maybe I could take diagnostic port out. There's no chance that those come out easily. All right, I think for now, I'm just gonna tuck it in here. Or maybe back here. Maybe I'll put it right here for now so that I can get to it without having to take the seats out. It's not convenient. Like I said, I'm not planning on using it a ton. And I've got other security measures, so pull all that back out. Put over her. Sound good? Good. Listen for the fall. Will it fall? Yep, there it goes. Okay, so I want all these cables on top of my battery bracket, so you can't see what I'm doing. All right, I'll just take a video. Hello, it's me. Okay, this is my battery bracket. It's not fully installed. I got a bunch of cables running underneath. I want to remove those, put the battery bracket down, make sure these are secure, put the cables back in. That's where I'll have that. So, great, thanks. Now, I think I've mentioned before, this is one of my biggest purchase regrets. I didn't know. I was young, I was dumb. Also, the aftermarket Humvee space wasn't as exciting and thriving as it is now. But this is my passenger side. You know what? I sure hope this is the right part. I never opened it. And if this is the wrong part, wouldn't that be ironic? Ironic? Tragic? Moronic? All right, this does look like it's gonna be the right piece. Don't know if it'll work, but it's at least the piece I ordered. My dog is inside howling at some sirens. right, bud. Calm down. You know something really crazy is I've had this piece for 3.5 years. I never unwrapped it. All right. So I don't know what is going on, but there's sirens like crazy. All right. Put you guys right there so you can see. Maybe you can see. I don't know. If you can't see, this can be a really short video. Need to clearance this a little bit so it slides in that channel, but other than that, fits. Then we will probably drill new holes for the seat, but we'll mark all that in a minute. Actually, I may pull the truck out for that. I realized I should also put that heat shield back on. So I'm gonna do that, cut that corner, try to rivet the new thing in, and then the doghouse can go back on and be good for the time being. Once that's in, I'll figure out the seat. I want to do the seat first because then I have to cut over there and I don't want to cut the seat, or maybe I need the room. So anyways, do this first, get the center taken care of, and then we'll pull it out and get that seat put in. Believe it or not, my wife has not ridden in this yet. I know that's shocking for you guys to hear, but yeah, she needs to ride in this thing. All right. From the looks of it, considering I took this thing off 2 years ago, all my bolts are here. They just need to be removed. So there's, all right, I got these two up top, this one for the dipstick. There's one down here. Let's see, I guess I should count that one on the block. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We'll take those off, and what are the chances I already have a socket over here that'll work? Well, it's also loose already. It is a 10, if you were wondering. Also, you know how we've been talking about the tachometer a lot? I do have in my wiring harness 97A and 97B right here. It's connected to this harness. And I also have this, which I'm assuming this goes to the 6-pin tachometer, which I don't have. And this goes to a sensor somewhere on the motor. But I don't know where that sensor is, and again, I don't need it at this exact moment, so I have to stay focused. Sorry, I have to stay focused. It's a struggle for me, to be honest. Considering I told you I was about to do the seat, and now I'm doing this instead, but. So if somebody knows where that tach sensor is on a 6.5 turbo diesel, or where it should be, and I can go look for it. I'm assuming it's on the block somewhere. But I could be wrong. I assume a lot and I'm wrong a lot. Nice. Okay, so this is the Humvee, obviously. What I'm about to show you is not Humvee related. So if you get squeamish or you don't care, you can fast forward. I'll put a marker in, but just want to show you a little bit of what I'm dealing with right now. You know, share the love on a crappy situation. You'll get that in a minute. So we got sewage water backing up in the house. Come check out the clean out valve. It's gushing out. Within a span of 15 minutes, this fills up with water. So I go to the manhole cover and it's trickling water. And I have to relieve the pressure from all this is soaked with sewer water. I had to pop that open. You can still, it's still coming out. Going down through the ditch and out the other side and flowing steadily with sewer water, and no one has showed up yet. So I'm gonna call again. And I would like for it to not be there. It somehow looks bigger in the 2-car spot than it does in the 1. Because I mean, it fits over there. I don't know, once I put the mirrors on, it will not fit unless I come up with like a quick release thing that I can do. So, or park the minivan over there. Actually, what I was thinking was, when the van's not here, I can back it in at an angle and at least get it mostly over here. I don't know. We'll figure that out another time. Right now, I'm gonna try to get that plate in so I can put the doghouse cover back on. I didn't want to do that over on that side where you couldn't see anything. I mean, I couldn't see anything and I'm all crumpled up against the wall, but it's mainly for you guys. So here we go. So as you might remember, we had to cut this out for the turbo to fit. It used to go right there. It doesn't do that anymore. So now, in order to clean this up, I have this from Black Dog Custom that fits right there into place. You can rivet it in. I gotta drill a bunch of rivet holes and go to work. After I get that out, that's gonna be a pain. Oh, hello, I'm sorry, you are so close to my face. Why do you keep doing that? I'm surprised that that came out as easily as it did. Okay. It's a lot of holes to drill. Okay, we're mostly riveted in. So if you do the turbo conversion and you hack up your body, buy this plate from Black Dog Customs. It does fit real nice. So yeah, you should do it. It's worth it. Okay, let's put the doghouse on. It's starting to get hot. That's what I was afraid of, that being a little tighter, but there's a lot of wiggle room in that gasket. So, I mean, yeah, it would be nice to have that tighten down right there, but that is for sure, that ain't going nowhere. Time to work on the drinker side. Now, I don't know if you remember, it's got these weird little Allen bolts. So I've got those to put in. So we're gonna do the same thing we did last time. I don't know if you remember. Put the bolts in, put some goop on them, set the seat where I want it, and then I've got it marked, and that's where I'll drill the holes. Okay. Thought it was falling. I did get some plates for the back. They're supposed to be adapters for Corbo seats. So maybe I'll be able to salvage what I did back there. We don't have to talk about it. I actually don't even know if I put that in the video, to be honest. I drilled a bunch of holes, screwed a bunch of stuff up just for it to not work. So anyways, let's just go back to what we were doing here. Straight up, tilt back, and voila. Okay, seat is in. Wow. Seat is in. I have a seat belt. So want to be safe. Pass me a drink. I'm tired. There we go. Feel better about that. So that's locked in. We just gotta do the clampies. So one more thing, mostly off the list. We're gonna move along with something else on the list. Clearance lights. These are cheapo depots from Amazon, but they will work. Reds for the rear, ambers for the top. They are luckily the same size-ish. I mean, they're the same size, probably different manufacturer, but basically the same. And good enough to pass inspection, hopefully. So I'll at least get them mounted, and then I can work on wiring them one night. The kids are asleep or something, so drill, well, we'll start at the back. We'll see what happens. I'm probably gonna extend. Why is there just, oh, okay. There's just one wire on this one and two on this one. Well, we'll install them. It will have them. I'll figure out if they work later. Okay, I was pretty concerned as to why this didn't have a negative, but it's got these tiny little wires. I thought, I wonder if that's a ground. And sure enough, if I clip to that little guy, we got lights, so that's dumb. I'll probably just solder connection to that. While I'm here, I might as well check these. Hey, perfect. These will eventually be powered by my aux beam switch panel. I'm not gonna mess with trying to run these through the 24 volt system. So yeah, this one's a lot nicer than this one. I may order a new one. Anyways, front, rear, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I may try to find another one, but yeah, it's gotta be there. It's good enough.
Okay, I know what you're gonna say. Well, a couple things. First of all, when did that tenor become a sexy bass? Well, I'm a little under the weather, so that's first thing. Second thing, you were probably just watching me install the rear clearance lights, and I broke 3 drill bits and got really frustrated. I don't even know if I got video of the whole thing. It is on, it's not wired in yet. I did get it installed. It was a very frustrating ordeal. So if I didn't catch everything there, that's why. I probably just got mad and turned off the camera and finished it. Why are we here? Not like, what's the purpose in life? Why am I here tonight? Well, as you know, I have 60 days. I'm running out of days, and I have things that I want to do. So it's after bedtime for the kids. I'm in the garage. The weather's nice. I'm going to try to do one of my quiet projects. Literally, sound dampener. I'm putting this on the roof for now to cut down on, 1, the vibrations, but 2, just the echo in there. I put this, when I had my Cherokee, I pulled the headliner out and put this in, this brand, and it did a really good job. So I think this will go a long way in the long run. Obviously, I don't have doors. I haven't done any under the dash or floor insulation, but this stuff is from Amazon, and look how thick that is. If it'll, well, you can just take my word for it that it's thick. Yeah, it's, thicker than a normal magazine. Although I can't tell you when the last time I had a magazine was. Anyways, I am going to try to put this on the roof tonight and quiet as to not make noise and wake up any of the babies, and just have a nice, I shouldn't say a nice relaxing project because that'll just jinx it, and then who knows. I'm also not going to talk. I am still a little under the weather, so I'm just going to record and see what happens, and fast forward if you'd like. Thanks for hanging in there. Did I say I'm not going to talk? Because I'm still talking a lot. Okay. We're going to do this. And here we are again, Tuesday morning. They closed the manhole cover. It worked for a day, and now here we are again with it bubbling up. And you know, lots of toilet paper. And I've got to relieve the pressure here before it fills up my backyard with dogs while I'm at work. So, yay me. Get to pull the manhole cover up and let more raw sewage go into my ditch, into the front yard, into the spillway where all the turtles and ducks are gonna get to swim in it. Well, I dug me a little ditch to the ditch so that the sewage flows downhill and not into the yard. Love the smell of fresh sewage in the morning. This can't be good for me. So here's the backup pump. You know, kind of stuffed in there. That is the second backup pump. This one's bigger, granted, because the other one failed. But now they got to figure out if they're going to fix the existing two pumps or replace them. They've also got to replace or rebuild the, I don't know, the fuse box or something, because they think it got struck by lightning and broke. But yeah.
Well, good morning. It's a new day. I did finish installing the installing, can you call it installing? Applying, sticking. I mean, I measured and cut stuff, so that's installing. The sound deadening insulation on the roof. Pretty easy to install, and it's nice and thick, so it should help a little bit. It already helps with just the echo inside. Whenever I do the floor, whatever treatment I do the floor, I'll bring up here. This, I don't know yet. It can either match this or it can match this. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there, but one nice little evening project finished. And there's all my trash. I gotta clean that up, and then we'll get back to work. All right, I've got two issues I want to try to tackle next. So first of all, that's my turn signal. Since I converted to LEDs, there's no resistance, so it won't do this. Now I can just manually do that. I don't know if that'll count for inspection, plus I know I'm gonna forget. So I've got a new module for that. I'll try to put that in, see if that makes a difference. And then the other issue is my brake lights, which now isn't even, it was working the other day, but it was sketchy at best. So I've got a new and improved brake light switch that I'll show you here in just a second. This is probably not going to surprise you. I don't remember what I said I was going to do next in my previous video. Whatever I said I was going to do next is probably not this. However, this is what I'm going to do next. I showed you the brake light switch issue. Well, I think it's the switch. The switches are kind of finicky. This bypasses all that. It's plug and play. It's from a guy named Dakota Wood. You can find him on Facebook or Instagram. What's really cool about this is it's just one switch. It's got a nice little roller on there, and it's adjustable, and it is plug and play. So the difference is on this one, once this is bolted in, you've got a little plate on your brake pedal. When your brake's not on, the switch is in. When you start to push your brake, it disengages this, and then your brake lights are on, opening the circuit. So, very simple, and it is adjustable with these two little nuts there. Pretty excited about this. This is really nice. Dakota Wood, find him on Facebook or Instagram. I think he's working on a website too, but super nice product. I'm excited to get it in. I don't know why no one's ever thought of this before. Yeah, quality stuff. So, we're gonna put that in, see if that fixes brake light issue. I don't know if I've told you about these. These are the Black Dog custom seat adapters for my Corbos for the rear. think I told you I was having issues with that. That should let me put my seats on the bases in the truck. We'll see. And then next, for the brake light, not brake light, for the turn signal issue, I've got, this is supposedly LED friendly flasher module. And I tried to get one that was made in the USA. It's really hard to tell, like when you're ordering these. I mean, this feels nice, but I don't know what the internal components look like. But I did have a buddy that when he put this in, his truck almost burnt down. But his was a different serial number, different year, different vendor. So we will watch this closely. Fire extinguisher in hand. Do I have my fire extinguisher? Yeah, I'll find the fire extinguisher and be prepared. All right, get to it. All right, ignore how dirty that is. I will vacuum that out at some point. That's the bar I was talking about. That's what's gonna engage and disengage the switch. So the first thing we're gonna do is remove this factory. So that's the factory brake switch, which is the wrong choice, in my opinion. So I'll unhook that, unbolt that, and then those are wires. So we'll get to doing that. Okay, bolt number 1, bolt number 2, that'll take the switch off. I think these are 3/8. That's what I'm using anyways, because that's what I had close. So we're gonna pull that switch out and put the new one in. Cool. Okay. All right. Bolt number 2. And there you go. That is the switch. Let's see if that does anything. Okay, so it's working now. Let's see if you can see. So the linkage is super janky on these, but we're going to bypass this contraption. I don't know if you can see that or not, but we're going to go to just a better switch. So you've got your 3 plugs. 2 of them are just male, female, and then this little 2-pin guy, which I think this, I don't remember which number he is, but it's pretty clear. Like these 2 are this was the 2-pin because it's got 2 wires coming out of it. These are the single. These do not matter. It doesn't matter which one of these you plug in. So we will just start. Actually, let me make sure I know where to plug this in before I bolt it in. Okay. I think we're going to use the same 2 mounting holes. So it's got these 2 holes right there. What did I do with my... See? Maybe. You can see. I don't know. Those line up. So this uses the same, you can even use your same hardware if you want. There is a spring that you got to put this over. That was my problem. This kept getting bound up, so it wasn't activating the switch. Okay, that's the old switch. And it's out. So we've got the new one kind of right there in place. I haven't bolted it in yet. Make sure I'm happy with where the wires are out, but that's where it'll go. You can see it's on that plate. But obviously it's not in the right spot quite yet, but we'll get it bolted in and I'll show you how it looks. Heck yeah, we got brakes. Oh, we have brake lights. Let me show you. First of all, underneath. So, that's your, that's the module. So it's all bolted in. As you can see, it's currently engaged, and then when you push on the brake, it disengages. And that's how you get brake lights. Let's see if I can do this all with one hand. Yay! Reliable brake lights for the inspection. Okay, that's in. If you need better brake light switch, get with Dakota Woods. He'll hook you up. Tell him I sent you. All right, next. Let's see. There's no way I can. Oh. Right up in there. This guy. Ooh. That guy. I gotta pull him out. That's the relay brains thing for the turn signal. We're gonna pop that out and put the new one in and see if that works. Okay, this is the in the engine compartment. You can see that rusty bolt and that rusty bolt. I gotta take those off. That's what's holding on the flasher relay guy. So we'll take those out and plug the new one in and hope we don't catch anything on fire. And I mean, hope the turn signals work too. Ridiculous. Model A just drove past my house. Okay. 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 All right. Whew. It's muggy. All right. Here is the old module. It's a 3-pin. I guess I can show it to you right side up. Okay. Let's see if we'll plug this one in and just see if it does anything. Okay, well, that was for nothing. I guess it wasn't for nothing, because it eliminated, well, that could just not work. Oh well, at least I have a new one. So either this was not the problem, maybe it's a ground somewhere, or if any of you have tips or tricks for this turn signal relay thing, let me know. Also, oh shoot, that scared me. That is sensitive now. The hazard, I don't know how it's supposed to, but I guess it probably doesn't since the turn signal doesn't work. So let me know in the next few days if you know a trick for that. Otherwise, I'm going to cheat during the inspection. I mean, I would never do that. I will fix it correctly. Okay. So, like I showed in a previous episode, these holes are too far out. So I'm gonna see if I can make this here thing work. Obviously it's got arrows, the front ones. First things first, we'll take this off and go from there. Well, what do you know? So, let's see. If I've got these, so I'm gonna have to drill new holes, but if I drill new holes, I still have to have the bolts, seat bolts sticking up through that. Okay, so I can drill more holes through the plate. That's fine. Those will not interfere with it sliding. It shouldn't anyways. But then these are still gonna be spaced up. So that's gonna be kind of weird. It's just gonna have whew, hot dog. There's a seat that is installed. It's all the way back. I still need to put the little strap things on there, but that is a seat. Whew, that was way harder than it ever should have been. Okay, back seat is in. While I'm working on this side, that's the floor moving. So I'm gonna pull this seat out and see if I can reinforce that good enough for the drive to the inspection. This will not be a permanent fix, so please don't judge me, but I really don't want to drive with it doing that for an hour. All right, let me show you. While the floor moves so much, those support brackets are gone. And the floor is cheese. So, from here to here is mostly flat, or should be flat. So for the time being, I'm just gonna cut 2 rectangle pieces of flat aluminum, put them there, and then I'll cut some aluminum, layer them, kind of make some support cross channels, maybe some for the bottom too. All right. So it's 22.5 from right here to right here. And then right here it goes in a little bit, so need to make some notes. Got 22.5 by 31. And then we'll just confirm that this is 22.5 over here. Perfect. That's our plan. We'll go 22.5 deep for the front, 22.5 deep for the back, 31, we'll notch at 4. I'm gonna try to cut this. I have an old street sign. We'll do one on top, one on bottom. Then we'll drill our 4 holes for the seat base. Sandwich it in. We'll do some cross braces if I've got time to reinforce, but that's the plan. We'll see if that's what happens. I have had this since it went on sale last Black Friday. So I've had this plan for a while. I have yet to do anything about it. But today's the day. Ha ha! This should cut up to 14 gauge sheet metal and then plastic and aluminum. So I'm hoping this will cut through my street sign. Thank you, Harbor Freight, for another product that you did not sponsor for this video. It's all right, I'm loyal. You can't stop me. Now you may be asking, Andrew, what street sign are you using? I'm using this one. It's a little warped. That's okay. All right, it's a lot warped. That's okay. Maybe we'll use that to our advantage. So I've got to draw out my pattern. Need a straight edge. Let's see how much we got to work with. Do the full 35 by, what was it, 22.5. Yeah, and then whatever's left of that strip, I'll make reinforcements, and then we'll do a square down here to help reinforce that. So, all right, let me get to drawing. All right, well, I had to amend my plan a little bit, and I added 2 inches behind the notch. I didn't take that into consideration. So just got to cut a really long line there, a not as long line there, and then try to notch that out. And we'll see what we got. Ugh. Woo. All right, let's see what happens. Well, That's pretty dang cool. Ta-da. All right, you can't tell me that that's not cool. I don't know. Maybe I'm just easily amused. But dang it, if that didn't work extremely well. I don't know how straight a line I cut, but. Okay, this is fun. No movie magic, no camera tricks. We're gonna see how close this is. First try. Well, I didn't take that into consideration. Okay, well, it's just about perfect, except I didn't notch this side wide enough. But I'll goose it a little bit, and that. Okay, so it wasn't first time, but still pretty good. Hey.
How's it going?
Good?
What you got?
I'm just working on a floor pan fix.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just zipping around on the Sewage. I actually worked for, I killed her bugs.
Okay.
The big old spiders in the
Yeah.
Everybody in the neighborhood.
We've already got a company for a guy from church that does it, but I appreciate it though.
I got you.
Yeah.
If you don't treat the yard, like honestly, it doesn't matter what I put on your foundation.
Yeah.
You'll never stop.
Yeah, that's what he does. And he does over on the side slope too, just because of all the mosquitoes and stuff. So I know he's doing something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
But I appreciate it. What was your name? Yeah, I appreciate it. You too. All right. Boy, I tell you what, that couldn't be a more perfect fit. Look at there. Right up against that edge. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so I'm gonna make 2 cross pieces and plate to reinforce the bolts part underneath. Oh, golly. That thing is heavy. All right, how did I get this in here last time? trying to lift it in here so I can gently set it in place so that I don't move the plates. Come on, door, open. All right. Whew. Let's just set it there for a sec. All right, let's see if all that work did anything. Or if I just wasted 2 hours. All right. That is so much better. I mean, it's not perfect, but it is so much better. Because before it would just shake. I mean, that was worth it. That was worth it. Let me sit in it. It's better than it was. You gonna see my brake lights? Whew. All right, y'all. I think that's gonna be it for today. I'm hot, I'm sweaty. That's temporary. Let me remind you. If I decide to keep it like that, well, my original plan, oh, there's my phone. My original plan is to get some rocker panel protection to help reinforce that. If I'm ready to paint and bedline the inside of this before that happens, maybe I'll just rivet this whole thing in, get some longer bolts, get that other reinforcement plate, rivet it all, seam seal it, and just donate that to the truck. But yeah, got the brake lights switch fixed. Did not fix my turn signals. I don't remember what else. It's been a day. My head hurts. Still a little sick. Oh, we did that stuff. Got the clearance lights. So yeah. Next time, the countdown continues, and we will knock out some more projects. Some of these were necessary. Some of them I deemed them necessary. The government didn't. But thanks for sticking around. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that fun stuff. If you do have an idea of where the ground issue could be, or if you know of another trick, let me know on that. My guess is it's a ground right now, but I've been wrong before. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay. Let's see if we can floor paint fix mostly. Seat space install and seats. Man, that's satisfying. License plate bracket, that's on the way. Rear wheel studs, yeah, I gotta do that. Doors, exhaust, splash shields, airlift hook, can't do those because of that. Cab dynamat, we did do some dynamat. That one maybe next time. Gauges and dash. Just keep an eye out on that. Front clearance. Oh, I forgot to do that. Rear clearance. Clearance. That's in there. That's floor support. Those on there twice. Side markers. Yeah. Data plate, still gotta do that, so. Okay. Not much left. Getting closer. Oh.